January 15, 2023. Tribhuvan Airport, Kathmandu, Nepal. An ATR-72 aircraft is being prepared for a passenger service to Pokhara Airport, the second most populous city of Nepal after Kathmandu. The aircraft, registered as 9N ANC, was first delivered to Kingfisher Airlines in 2007. Passengers are now boarding Yeti Airlines 691. Passengers have now boarded. In 2013, it was transferred to Nok Air as HSDRD before being delivered to Yeti Airlines in 2019. Engines are now starting. The aircraft is 15 years and 6 months old and is powered by two Pratt and Whitney Canada PW127F engines. Engine number 1 is started. The ATR-72 is a twin-engine turboprop short-haul regional airliner developed by and produced in France and Italy. The number 72 in its name is derived from the aircraft's typical standard seating arrangement. In the morning hours of January 15th, 68 passengers start boarding the plane, filling the ATR-72 a little under full capacity. The plane has now started to taxi. Among the passengers, there are 37 men, 25 women, and 6 children, 3 of whom are infants. The flight is operated by 2 captains. First captain is in the process of obtaining aerodrome familiarization for operating into Pokhara Airport, and the other captain is the instructor pilot. The plane is now running on the runway. The captain, being familiarized, named Anju Khatiwada, is occupying the left-hand seat and is the pilot flying. The ATR-72 has now taken off. The plane has departed from Kathmandu Airport. The aircraft is now heading towards Pokhara International Airport, which was opened just 2 weeks earlier. During the first contact with the Pokhara tower, the air traffic control instructs the flight crew to land on runway 30. However, during the later phases of the flight, the pilots request and receive clearance from ATC to land on runway 12, same runway but the opposite direction. At 10:51 UTC, the aircraft descends from 6,500 feet and joins the downwind track for runway 12 to the north of the runway. The plane is now approaching Pokhara. The aircraft is visually identified by ATC during the approach. Being the pilot flying, Anju will be the pilot performing the approach and landing. At 10:56, the pilots extend the flaps to 15 degrees position and select the landing gears lever in downwards position. At an altitude of 721 feet above the ground level, the pilot disengages the autopilot. Seconds later, she asks the captain sitting on the right seat to extend the flaps to 30 degrees. The pilot monitoring replies, flaps 30 and descending. During this time, however, the flight data recorder does not record any flap movement and the flaps remain at 15 position. Instead, the propeller rotation speed of both reduces to less than 55 degrees. Also, the torque starts to decrease. Instead, the propeller rotation speed of both engines decreases simultaneously to less than 25. This is followed by a single master caution chime. The feathering of propeller on an ATR 72-500 can be commanded automatically by aircraft systems or manually by the pilot. It is usually performed when an engine has failed or has been intentionally shut down, so that the leading engine of the propeller is parallel to the upcoming airflow to reduce drag. The propeller feathering. During this time, neither pilot notices that the both engines are feathered. The flight crew then carries out the before landing checklist before starting to turn left towards the airport. At the same time, in an attempt to increase power, one of the pilots increases the power lever from angle 41 to 44. However, this has no effect and the torque of both engines remains at 0%. When propellers are feathered, they do not produce thrust. The crew now starts to turn towards the airport. At 10:56:50, when the radio altitude call out for 500 is enunciated, a click sound is heard in the cockpit. 2 seconds later, Anju reiterates again that there is no power coming from engine. At 10:57:24, the stick shaker activates and the stall happens. The plane stalls and crashes nearby. Here is the footage. The plane has banked left and then crashed. A person on the ground managed to record the plane crashing. So that was it for today's video. So please like, share and subscribe, and bye bye.